less than 10 participants. Particularly, we are targeting for higher degree research students who do the MPhil and PhD. But today, we are not going to elaborate the same concept explained last time by Professor Robert Pav. But anyhow, until the others comes, what I do is I'll share the screen with you give again the brief introduction about the pitching concept. Is it visible, Radhika?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Here. Yeah. I think this is a national pitching competition NPR 2026. Today, the session is done by myself and Professor Atula Manavaduge. And basically, even though there are three goals we mentioned here, but I'll give much attention to the pitching research framework. But you are at the early stage, you must get some idea what pitching research framework is. But Professor Robert also the last time explained it. When he explained, he initially focused to the published documents. Actually, this initial documents was presented at the Advance conference. Is one of the leading conference in Australia, doesn't it, Professor Atula?
Yes.
Advance, yes. So he published this template. Yeah, he published this particular paper in a conference, and also it's available in the Social Science Research Network, simply called SSRN. What I request everyone who are willing to participate for this National Pitching Research Competition must read first this article. In addition to that, he mentioned the latest one, which was published in this year, I think, 2025, the hot one. I think both papers you need to be read to get an idea. And these are the essential readings, related to the previous one. And what you can see, actually, this particular picture or cartoon explain basically the importance of pitching research concept. So you can see here the dialogue or the discussions between the professor and the HDR students or maybe the PhD or MPhil students. You can see the basically asking, "Sir, did you read the draft I left on your desk?" Then the supervisor say, "I have looked at it," and the professor or supervisor try to read it again. So it seems that he cannot understand it. So you can see the last cartoon. There are a large number of drafts have submitted by the student, and again the similar question asking by student, "Sir, did you read the draft I left on your desk?" So you can see there are a large number of draft left on the supervisor's desk, but it seems that supervisor cannot understand. So basically, the question is, in this case, when you communicate with your research work, or particularly the research idea with your supervisor, so you must assume that supervisor knows the subject matter. You are not going to write anything in general way that layman can understand, because your supervisor knows the subject matter well. But when you are say something to anyone knows the subject matter, you have to be a very precise way forward it. So sometimes he cannot understand. So the main concept behind this pitching competition, pitching framework is communication. It says it's about the communication, it's about the communication, it's about the communication. At the early stage, when you do your research, either MPhil or the PhD, the communication is most important factor. So you are starting the initial stage by preparing pitching research framework. You try to give your research idea to supervisor with an effective communication. So that's what I want to give an idea, particularly based on this template. And then we move into the pitching research template, a simple methodological new research planning tool. So actually it's a novel concept. introduced by Robert Pub, which is used to communicate. Particularly, you can see the word called communicate, a new research proposal, or maybe your idea with an academic supervisor. So then I'll move into the template, simple template. You can see all the titles given, 11 titles, the first four A to D and E to G and H to I and J contribution and also other part. But basically this template break down into three areas. You can see the core concept under the idea data tool, and also two question asking what's new and so what. And also every research, if you do MPhil or PhD, it must have a contribution. Because if you do the same things that others have done, if you are not producing, if you are not giving any new contribution to the literature, so how many pages that you have written, I think it can be put into the rubbish bin. So you must have a contribution, highlighting your contribution. But if you take item 4, it's give the big picture, and the second three items, the core aspect is called idiot guide, idea data tool, and what's new and so what. So again, you have to justify. You are saying in this case, because of this reason, my research is a new, then you have to justify what is a new, that so what. And also, finally, you should be able to contribute, highlight your contribution. So you can see the word count. He particularly mentioned 1,000 words. He said that you need to prepare this document using 1,000, but it can be increased by 20%. We are keeping a margin 20% up and down. Okay, so it can be more than 1,000, but limit up to the 20%. You can see the word count as given here. Particularly the working title 10 to 12 words, the basic research question that you identify 20 to 30 words, and the key papers 60 to 70 words, motivation 150. So likewise, a number of words has given under each items, particularly the first four items, second three items, and next two items, and also the contribution and other consideration. So the similar things, I think, I'm reviewing what Professor Robert has done. I think based on this presentation, as well as what Robert has presented the last week, if you have any question, you can straight away ask from me or Professor Atula. So we try to give a reasonable solution or maybe the answer for your question. Before opening to the question, I give a short period for short time for Professor Atula. Would you like to add something into that?
Yes, Professor Vasanta, thank you very much. I mean, since Professor Robert has explained all these concepts in the last information session, we are not going to repeat it, but still, if you have any doubt in any section, or for example, some area there might be some issues you are facing. So if you have any issues in some area, you can ask. Then we should be able to explain those areas. Sometime, what is the difference between working title and research question, and how we are going to generate the working title and the research question. Sometimes you might have confusion between what is what's new and so what kind of aspects. There might be some confusion. So if you have those kind of confusion, you can ask. Then we might be able to explain those kind of thing. And the other thing, I mean, basically we explain this template as a research planning tool. So far, we have explained this as a research planning tool, but you need to understand, I mean, this template can be used for various other purposes as well. It can be a teaching tool, or learning tool, planning tool, or mentoring tool, or research collaboration tool, or research engagement tool, which if it is a collaborative research, okay. So sometime self-development tool. Okay, because from the very beginning, you are going to see the big picture of your research, each and every aspect of your research. Okay, so because of that, I mean, we mainly emphasize this as a planning tool, but it does not mean this is limiting to the planning. You may be in a different stages in your research right now. Okay, you might have passed the planning tool, planning stage, but still this framework is useful. Okay, so various purposes we can use this framework. Okay, so if there's a specific kind of issues if you come up with, we might be able to explain. I mean, this is Q&A session, so instead of explaining or taking much of time from you, I mean, we will allow you to raise the question. Okay, so forum is yours. Please either ask your question, or you can put your question into the chat box.
So good morning. I'm Niroshika, a senior lecturer from California University. So actually, I have already done my PhD, but the thing is, I will be having my Viva like in next year, February, like. So is it possible for me to join as I have already completed the
I think you have not completed your PhD thesis. You just
yes,
send
sir.
it for your evaluation purpose.
Yes, sir.
So still you are a PhD student, right?
Okay, sir.
Still
Sir,
you are a PhD student. Um, I think it won't be a big issue, Professor Atula, no? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I also agree with Professor Vasant. You can participate in this
yeah.
competition. Nothing wrong with that. Still, you are
okay.
waiting for your final outcome. And I mean, by participating to this competition, sometime your oral, I mean, the research final viva, you could, I mean, present your final viva in a systematic and organized manner if you start thinking through this framework. That's why I mean, we try to highlight, I mean, this is, I mean, the main purpose is a planning tool. For different purposes, actually, we can use this framework. Okay. You are
Thank
most welcome to participate in this competition.
Thank you so much, sir. So another little question. Actually, I was not able to participate very well with that the previous session. So here, sir, it is mentioned as motivation puzzle. So does that mean the like problem? What is the problem like? Oh, is that the thing, sir? Section D,
Yeah,
motivation.
yeah, yeah. The first four question indicate give your big picture about your research work, or maybe your research idea. The motivation of puzzles mean when you do the research, you should have some kind of a motivation. Why you are doing, answering
Yeah.
why you are doing this kind of research. So what is the benefit that you can take? So if you are giving some kind of a solution for a particular puzzle or maybe the issue, likewise, so your motivation need to be highlighted at the very early stage, which give us some kind of a big picture about your research. Professor Abdullah, you want to add something?
Yeah. I mean, that is actually early research. I mean, you have to have sometime there might be a puzzle in the practical scenario that may motivate you to explore further into that particular issue. I mean, that kind of motivation you have to highlight in that section. Okay,
Okay.
so so but there you have to highlight your core motivation and what sort of puzzle actually you are going to tackle through your research. Okay, those kind of aspects you have to explain in that particular section.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, anybody else would have a question?
Sir, sorry to bother, sir. Just another question. So, are we getting any sort of a sample to do this one, or do we need to refer the abstract what we have what you have shown earlier, and prepare accordingly, or are we getting any sort of a sample to do this one, sir?
Sample means
Can
what?
you repeat your question?
Can you
Any
repeat your
format, sir?
question?
So I just want to know, sir. Actually, I think this question is coming because I have not participated for the previous session.
But already we have, shared the recording of the session, the Professor Robert session. Radhika Miss, did you share the recording with the student?
Yes, sir. We have already shared it with the ones who have registered, and also we have uploaded to the website as well. The
Okay.
YouTube link.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get
I
from that
think
also. But can you repeat your question again? Can
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
So I just wanted to know whether we are having any format to do this one, the paper, or do we need to use the same? Do we need to write in the same way what you have shown in earlier as the abstracts and all the things what
The
we
thing,
started
thing
with?
is, because you have to follow the given format, because this format has invented by Professor Robert Puff. So you
Okay.
have to follow this format. You can't use any other format into that. But
Okay.
you can focus your research. Maybe when you do the research, so you can according to your maybe the problems or maybe the objectives, sometimes you are dividing your research into different sections,
Yeah.
doesn't it? So
Yeah.
sometimes what I say, rather than covering each and everything, so you can prepare a pitch maybe in relation to a particular section, maybe particular objective, that may be more useful, that you can communicate your research idea rather than touching everything. Did you get the point?
Yeah, sir. Yeah. Got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time, I will show you. Did you get the answer?
Yes, sir. The thing is,
Okay.
actually, I just wanted to know whether this would be coming like answers for these each question, or it
Yeah.
would be like an abstract that we are gonna publish likewise. The format, sir.
But at early stage, you have to write it. You have to write it according to the given format in the abstract way. But
Ah,
he says that don't go beyond 1,000 word. But today also I mentioned it can be vary by 20%. But later on, you can go another extension. But at the competition stage or competition period, so you have to strictly follow the given
Yeah.
format.
okay, sir.
Okay, hold
So,
on. Professor
uh,
Atula, Professor
yes,
Atula, I will share one of the. I have. It's not related to the uh, what you call management. I think. Hold on. I will.
also, sir,
Yeah. Okay.
we
I-
have
Is is it sharing now? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see the one of the contestants, Dr. Ravi. He has the title is the effectiveness of 6 month dance intervention in Parkinson disease and the elderly. It's not related. It's some kind of a medical sciences, right? So you can see Heriowatt University, Scotland. Here you can see how we made his the research question. Is it possible to dance as an intervention to improve the, you can see basically three papers, the most important papers. Last time also we mentioned selecting 3 papers, maybe at the proposal stage, you are reading maybe 30 to 50 papers, but sticking to 3 papers is really challenging, right? But anyhow, you need to stick into 3 papers based on some kind of a justification. And also you can see here the motivation of the puzzle. What he has mentioned, the Parkinson disease and aging are associated with the reduced physical activities, poor mobility and cognitive declines. Growing evidence suggests that physical activity can improve the strength, balance and mobility. So in my PD patients and elderly, despite the short-term gain of physical activity, likewise, you can read rest of the things, then you can get some idea what motivation or what the puzzle is, even though this is not related to the management studies.
Yes, of course. Now it's clear. So I just wanted
Yeah,
whether we have to write according to this each section or whether
yeah,
we need to write as a paragraph. Thank you very much, sir. It's very,
okay.
very
Yeah,
clear.
Professor Vasant, if you can go to other section also
Yeah,
and show the
okay,
others
yeah.
also.
I will
Quick,
show it at the section.
yeah,
First 4
quickly.
items give the big picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you can
Then,
see the research idea.
and the
It's,
data, what sort of
yeah,
data they
yeah,
are used.
data.
Okay, sir.
And also the tools that they have
Tools.
used, particularly. Maybe we are not familiar those kind of research jargons, things because particularly related to the medical sciences. But anyhow, we can get some idea through her research. This is one of the good sample.
Yes.
Then you can see what's new and so what's.
So what?
It's clearly say the most previous studies that employ dancing as an intervention in the PD and elderly have focused on improvement in cardiovascular parameters and muscle strength and the balance. The few studies have examined the effect. It says that even though it's particularly have done studies, but only few studies have examined the effect of dancing on cognitive functions and the data there is no study that has investigates brain activity during the dancing. So then now you can see this may be the first study that we are focusing into the investigate the brain activity during the dancing time. Did you get that idea?
Yes, sir. Very
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. So
Now,
what is justification? And also contribution. This study will be the first study, to investigate the brain activity in PD patient and the elderly while dancing, and therefore it will be provide evidence into the effect of dance intervention on activity, this population. So this kind of a content, because the students, must convey if you do the similar things that others have done, so, it doesn't convey any kind of a contribution to the literature.
now, Professor Vasant, if I add,
Yes.
just a little bit on Niroshika's question.
Yeah.
Niroshika, if you go through this, the slideshow, you can find out a lot of, sources, library sources, okay, where you can find a lot of pitch template submitted by prior researchers, okay, into a different field. So if you even reverse engineering pitches also available. Reverse engineering means basically already published article we summarize into this particular framework. Coming in the backward, that is what is meant by reverse engineering. So that kind of pitch template also available in the website. So if you go through, then you can get a good understanding about how what sort of thing actually incorporated even through the reverse engineering pitch template, since you have the already published article as well as the pitch template developed based on the already published article. Okay, so both way you can get a good understanding, a sense of the pitch template. That's one thing. I mean, when it's come to What's new kind of category? Actually, what's new may be under three aspects. That is idea or data or tools. But probably, I mean, in our research, actually, I mean, we try to identify the novelty based on the data more often. I mean, the developed countries, this particular research has been carried out, but in developing country, those kind of research is not available. That way, we always try. I mean, most of the time, we try to convey the novelty or claim the novelty. But when it's come to the novelty, three aspects, that is idea, data, and tool. Out of that, the novelty in idea is superior to other two. I mean, simply new data, new
Time period.
using new data. Yes, that is also you can claim, but idea is the superior thing when compared to the data and the tool. Okay, those kind of thing actually you have to focus on when you are I mean claiming your novelty. If you simply claim, I mean these research have been carried out in a Western world but not in Sri Lanka, simply you are claiming the novelty in data.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, is it okay to take four now? It is mentioned now, as you have mentioned, three papers. The main key three papers should be like taken. Can't we now? In my study, I have four theories as well, sir, taken into consideration. So, can I use all four, or at least the theories what we have used, or
Out of three papers, you have to
three
stick
papers?
into the three
Yeah, you
papers,
have
which
to
is
stick to
most related to your the contribution or maybe your research idea.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
because, I mean when you are presenting your pitch verbally, you should be able to explain why you have selected these three papers as key papers. I mean, the impact factor and so many other aspects you have to consider, and it is sometimes directly relating to the theories that you are using. Okay, that way you should be able to justify those areas. I mean, whenever you are selecting sometime most recent papers, sometime the paper published by the gurus in that particular field, or sometimes there's a seminal paper in that particular field. You can select, and finally you can justify your selection.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Clear, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Niroshika, for your participation. Any other?
And
Vasanta, yes, please go
Sorry,
ahead.
sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes,
Also, we
Radhika.
have shared the articles that was shared by Professor Faf as well. On that day, there was a new article that he was
Yeah,
talking about,
Yeah.
the PRF Atlas, and
yes.
also the research framework article that we had. So I
Okay.
think, Ms. Niroshika, if you have registered already in that Google form, you would have received it by now. And also it's there in the website. You can share it. You
sure,
can.
sure, ma'am. I will be referring to that. I'm sorry I couldn't go through with the email. I'm very sorry. I will be doing that.
It's okay.
No problem.
Any other issues from other? Professor Asanta, I mean,
Yeah.
we tried to have a discussion with the last time. I mean, the winner. Is it participating?
Yeah, I asked him to wait, give me a couple of time, because
I will call Ramesh sir to join. You
Yeah.
can
okay, Radhika, that will be
continue
fine.
with the
Yes.
discussion. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the main questions that we had for the template was the word count. I think you did since you mentioned it, I think that has
Yeah.
answered the question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000 words,
Because
but
it is
basically
1,000 plus or minus 20%.
20%.
It means 800 to 1,200 variation.
Yes.
Yes.
Any other issues? Some other student participating?
Was Charuka Valpola? Yeah. Don't you have any issues related with the template? Everything is clear. Dr. Isurumanuvadu, do you have any? Sachini Dasanayake?
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
No
yes.
questions, sir.
No
Okay,
questions.
good.
Good.
Who else actually the participating? Hiroshika and Sachini probably.
So next session, we will be taking feedback from the student list
Yeah.
and we will fix the time, sir.
Yeah, that will be fine. Yes, better to take
Yeah,
a
I mean,
student feedback.
yeah,
Yeah.
if there's no student feedback or student participation, it's little difficult to have the Q&A session, Dr. Isuru.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Without
Excuse me, sir.
clarifying, yeah,
Sir, I
yes.
have one question.
What's your name?
I'm
Hansini.
Danisha. Danisha.
Okay, Danisha. Yes, yes, Danisha.
Yeah, sir,
Danisha, where are
actually,
you? You're attached to
KDU.
KDU. You're familiar.
Ganesh,
Yes, Danisha. Yes.
we know.
Mhm.
Uh, Sir, now normally when we are presenting the idea or the data, like, is it mandatory to present the conceptual framework or like,
But conceptual framework, most of the items include in the template as well. But under the data and other categories, if you need, you can present it. It doesn't matter. No, Professor Atula.
Yes, under the
Yeah.
idea, actually,
Idea.
normally you have to identify, under the ideas, you are supposed to identify, I mean, if it is a quantitative kind of study, your variable, dependent variable, independent variable, hypothesis. I mean, the framework means the summarized or organized way of presenting the relationship between variables. Okay, so your conceptual framework. So within the idea section,
Yeah.
you can, but
Yeah.
or otherwise, as a dot point, you can explain those kind of
Three
things.
items, yes.
Yeah, because you are normally you have to within the idea actually you have to identify. I mean the central hypothesis and the variables as well as sometime the theoretical tension between the expectation. Sometime a hypothetical hypothesis you expect something in through one research, one expectation, another research, another expectation. Those kind of theoretical tension also you can discuss within the idea section. Okay. So
Yes.
these aspect actually you can incorporate into that particular section.
Yeah, yes, Danisha, that Professor Atula clearly mentioned, because it comes under the three essential building blocks, idea, data, tools. So, but when you can use, but you have to highlight clearly what's your research idea, data, and the tool. That's it. Sometime when it's come to the contribution, sometime your contribution may be methodological contribution. Sometime maybe you are using some kind of analytical method which have not been analyzed previously.
Yeah.
Sometime, So the new
That
way
is
of analyzing, maybe, for example, the earlier researchers have used quantify, maybe they follow the quantitative approach, but in your study, maybe you are going to look at in a qualitative way, maybe mixed method way. Likewise, that you can give under the contribution as well.
Yeah, those things, further, those kind of thing you can claim under the what's new section.
New,
What is
yeah.
the novelty?
Novelty.
Earlier, as I explained, I mean, novelty may be from the research idea or research the data or the tool. So tool means the methodology that you are going to employ for analysis purposes. So if you are going to use new methodology, that particular thing you can claim as a novelty in your research. But please remember always, out of three aspects, the novelty in research idea is superior to other two, novelty in data and novelty in tool.
Yeah. But what I suggest, sometime when you are defending your research proposal, the same way that you are not going to defend the pitching research, because pitching research template is very abbreviated way, we try to understand your work very during very short period of time. So therefore, you have to stick into these items, particularly mentioned in 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay?
Thank you.
Danisha?
Thank you, sir. It's clear.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other issues? Some other student also participating. I can
I don't know
see.
that.
Ramesh will be joining shortly.
Who is Kodituaku? Kodituaku? Sajini?
Jenny?
So Sajini is the ICBM other coordinator.
ICBM. Okay.
ICBM.
Okay.
Even Gunasekar
Yeah,
also.
That's it.
Gunasekar.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Ramesh will be joining shortly.
okay.
And so the other something, it's not really exactly related to the Q&A session. Like they don't have a problem. They were asking whether another session can be held towards the middle or in about 2 weeks, not in the daytime, if
Evening
possible.
time.
Evening
Yes.
time.
We
I
will
mean,
let
that's
you know.
why
We will let you know to
from
discuss.
the very
Yeah.
beginning, I asked, I mean, this time is not,
Suitable for them.
convenient to most of the student, I mean, doctoral or the master level student, because they are working people. I mean, after the office time, if we can have the session, that may be very useful to them. I mean, that is possible, Radhika Miss. The next time, if you are going to have the Q&A session, actually you have to do two things. First thing, first circulate the email or whatever the communication, and try to get as much as possible their issues in writing. Then, I mean, we can think what sort of problem they are encountered. Those area we can focus and give good clarification. And afterward, we can open the forum for their question as well while we are carrying out the Q&A. So the next time, try to get the student issues prior to the session as much as possible. The second thing is try to organize the session after 7 o'clock. Then, I mean, the majority of students, they can participate.
Did Ramesh join the session?
Not yet, sir. 1 minute.
Not yet. Now, Professor Atula,
Yeah.
I think what we can do, we can give some idea about how we are going to evaluate your pitch. Basically, even though
Yeah,
you
I mean, that
prepare,
area we
wait,
can.
wait, I'll share Professor Atula the document. Basically, when we are going to evaluate your pitches, so we are mainly use these criteria. You can create target pitches, academic expert in the field, particularly we are looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 evaluation criterias. The clarity. Does the pitch have clarity? And the second one, meaningful. If the pitch meaningful, does it involve appropriate technical content? Maybe the subject content. Effort. Does the pitch reflect bone feel effect? And the connectivity, how they connect. Is the pitch well connected? Does it flow logically and consciously? So that logically and the connectivity is the most important, and conversation. So ultimately, the communication is the most important. Does the pitch start with the conversation or to an academic expert in the field? So when you assess your pitch, so we are sending the subject expert, maybe the research, uh, maybe the researchers who have done related to your field. So we are asked them to evaluate based on these 5 golden criterias: clarity, meaningful, effort, connectivity, and conversation. Professor Atula, you want to add something?
Yes, I mean, this is very clear, Professor Vasanta.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's come to the evaluation, actually specific rubrics has been developed based on these 5 categories.
Yeah.
Okay. So then that particular rubric we use to evaluate pitch. I mean, normally the pitch evaluators, we normally share that particular rubric with them and ask them to go on evaluate, carried out the evaluation, and certain extent then we might be able to get the objective evaluation from the evaluators. Once you submit your pitch template, normally we send your pitch template, your pitch actually to a subject expert based on your title as well as research question. We select the appropriate evaluators and we send those pitches to the subject expert in that field with that particular rubric.
Yeah. So what I
Just to
suggest,
maintain the objectivity of the evaluation.
exactly. So what I suggest before, after finalizing your template, before sending to us, finally you should get a approval, maybe the consent, particularly with your supervisor, no?
Yes, yes.
Please show it to your supervisor. If he says
Supervisor and
okay, yeah. Did Ramesh join the session now?
Yes, Ramesh is here, sir.
Ramesh?
Ramesh, are you there?
Ramesh, can you
Yes,
hear?
sir. Yes.
Oh, welcome to the session.
Yeah,
I think Ramesh is the one who won the pitching research competition, the national pitching research competition last time. And he was promoted straight away to the final round of the global competition. So I think the first-hand experience that we can, collect it very easily from the Ramesh. What do you think about the experiences that you have taken, particularly at the early stage from the local context, and then you move into the international context? Can you tell about something? What kind of difficulties that you are facing at the early stage when you are forwarding your template to the local context?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So, actually, in the initial stage, uh, the main challenge per se, as you mentioned, sir, I think most of the candidates here are doing kind of a social research in social sciences.
Yeah.
So when we are doing a research in social sciences, it's very hard to uh, stipulate it to a kind of a framework. So it was really challenging because I was doing actually a qualitative study. So it was a very sociological study. And my topic was discursive construction of masculinities among men in transnational ICT workspaces in Sri Lanka. So FAFS, that particular framework to that, it was really difficult. But actually, once you put that into that framework, it's very clear and it gives you a total understanding what your next steps should be. Yeah, you should go with your thesis. So the initial part was actually challenging because the contextualization, the entire story that I have in my mind, I should communicate it through very few slides,
Yeah.
very few topics. So the research idea basically, then research area, work title, key papers also. We have read so many papers, but still we should stick to like a maximum of three
Mm.
key papers. So that was challenging, but even after the competition, that was
Mm.
really useful for me to go on with my thesis. So if I talk about the global competition, it was again
Yeah.
further challenging.
Yeah, Ramesh, before moving to the global, I want to clarify one thing.
Yes, sir.
Ultimately, when you do the masters, particularly in the MPhil degrees, I think you prepare a pitch based on your MPhil thesis, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
What kind of a contribution that you made it to this template or that research work? What kind of a contribution?
Yes, sir. So when it comes to the Master of Philosophy, my degree program, the main thing is I should defend my research idea.
Yeah.
So for that, this particular framework and the effort that I have exerted in this particular for this competition, it was really useful because specifically we are asking questions like, so
Mm.
what's
Yeah.
new, and so
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
So that is the point through which I should defend my research idea.
Yeah.
So why is it important? I
Yeah.
should uh, emphasize on that.
Mm.
So through this framework, that was the most important thing. I got a overall understanding about my a precise understanding of my entire research thing, and it
Mm.
helped me to eradicate the things that are less important and
Mm.
unimportant.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are always all over the place. We are thinking that everything is important,
Mm.
but this framework kind of helped me to select the most important parts of it,
Mm.
and
Mm.
why doing this research is important. Emphasizing on
Mm.
that, this framework specifically is emphasize on that. So yeah,
Mm. It's really challenging because your main methodology was entirely the qualitative, no?
qualitative. Yes, sir. Yes.
Qualitative,
Very
yeah.
qualitative. Now, Ramesh, now can you share your experience with the global competition as well? I mean, that is only 3 minutes
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
to
That was
pitch
really
your idea.
challenging. Yes, like three slides, data, and the tool.
Sure.
That's they are the only three areas that we should cover in the global competition. So it was and also in the global competition, so it's we are in the field of management, and management being a social science, we are
Mm.
in that field. But the competitors who came up with their ideas, they were innovators who introduced kind of new applications.
Application. Mm.
There was a kind of a biochemical
Yeah.
a candidate from the biochemical field who introduced some kind of a new research on count
Mm.
on people in the blood, and
Mm.
like that, from different areas. There
Mm.
were, yeah. So it's not only the management and social researchers from social sciences, they are in the global competition. So sometimes they are also, the main thing is when it is a qualitative study or social research, we should contextualize.
Mm.
So and to make the audience understand about the context that we are speaking. So
Mm.
that was quite challenging actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the greatest challenge I had, and also the tool and the analysis tool that we are using, and the data, how we are going to collect data. That is what they are interested about. They mainly focus on.
Mm. Mm. What was the
Yeah.
experience that
Thank
you
you.
have taken through these two competition, global and local, in order to carry out your MPhil thesis?
Exactly, sir. So even after the global competition, my judges were no, Dr. Nuwan Gunaratna was there, and Professor Vasanta Pereira was there, and
Mm.
also Professor Arosha Adhikaram from University of Colombo was there. So
Colombo.
my studies in the field of masculinities and critical studies on men. So she
Mm.
was expert in that area. She was actually the only researcher in Sri Lanka who have published in that field. So she gave me so much of insights how I am
Dr.
supposed to.
Arusha.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir. So how I am supposed to improve my study, what I should read more, what I should focus more, and also gave insights uh, for me to develop in the global competition, how to face the global competition. And also in the global competition, I got the honorable mention. So it's an international achievement, which is quite important for me. And also I got a financial grant to carry out my thesis in future from the global competition as well. So it was it was a really good experience.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
grateful for this opportunity.
okay. In a last question that I'm asking Professor Atula, in
Yeah.
addition to the technical knowledge or the knowledge related to your study, did you
Yes.
get any other benefit by participating in local and international conferences? Like have you received any financial benefit or something like that?
Yes, sir. I received a financial thing from Sri Lankan competition, national pitching research competition as well, and also from the global competition. I got a financial grant to carry out my
Research work.
yes.
Oh,
And also
well.
by looking at the other pictures, how the international, I was the only MPhil candidate actually, even in the national competition as well as in
As
the
well,
competition.
yes,
All
yeah.
others have completed their PhD
PhDs,
and
yes.
PhD.
they were
Yeah, that
professors.
was another challenge that you faced,
Yeah.
no? At the
Yeah.
global
And
level.
I
Yes,
learned so
yes.
much, sir.
Yeah, both of us, Professor Atul, also talk about how
Yeah.
we are also very excited how we are going to present the global context. But
Yes.
we had a confidence because the way that you presented at the final. Doesn't it,
Yes.
Atul?
Yes, Ramesh. I mean that's the wonderful the
Wonderful.
presentation, and thank you for sharing your frank view with the others.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank
I'm
you.
sure they can learn. The other thing, Ramesh, you are quite correctly highlighted. I mean, converting social studies into a specific framework is very difficult. But very recently, actually, Robert has published another article that he called as an Atlas of
Atlas.
research, Pearson research framework. Then if you go through that particular atlas, even psychology or sociology, those aspects also summarized in that particular article. Okay, so not only the science and the maths or the finance, accounting, those are a little bit of quantitative, but even psychology, sociology, those aspects also, the researchers converted into the pitch template.
Two broads, no?
Irrespective of the discipline, this particular template quite versatile. We can use
It's too
to
broad, no?
get a overall understanding. That is, you quite correctly highlighted. It is you managed to identify the important point in your research. Finally, initially you think that all aspects are important, but from the sometime the supervisors or the field expert point of view, what sort of the question you can expect. I'm sure the Niroshika earlier she comes with
Ramesh, Professor
yeah.
Atula, we can release Ramesh because he particularly came to this discussion from the straight away from the lecture. So
Okay, sorry,
we are
then we
thankful to
have,
you,
I
Ramesh, and
didn't
thank
know
you very
that.
much for
Thank
disturbing.
you very much,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Ramesh. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramesh. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining.
Ramesh.
Thank you.
What shall we do, Professor Atula? If there is
Yes,
no
sir.
any
No,
question, we
I
can
think
wind
that
up here.
Niroshaka's,
Yeah.
that
Yeah, it was very good, wonderful
early
experience.
question. She asked, how could she use this framework at the final stage of research? Yeah, I'm sure from that discussion you could have gained, important insight into your research as well. How to face your viva as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, Radhika, if there is no any other issue or any question, so we can wind up today. But Professor Atul and myself discuss later on and let you know the next dates which they all then participate, particularly
Yeah,
not in the daytime, maybe good in the evening time. You know?
evening,
Yes.
Yeah, and
evening
yeah,
time.
yeah,
The
yeah.
other thing is,
And
Dr.
also
Radhika,
you can record, Radhika, record this one and send it to the students who have not registered but who have not participated today. Huh? This session, this discussion
Yes.
is most important.
Yes, sir.
So the Radhika Miss try to communicate with the registered student and try to get their issues, so the clarification, actually those aspects first, and afterward we can have the session.